One Team Media.
We showed you what the GOAT was last year when we beat y'all 50-7.
Let's go! One team!
Relax, big boy.
Team One Podcast?
One Team One Podcast?
Yeah, they did a good job.
Really good job. Yeah.
Why is he so fat?
One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast.
One team!
Oh, God. Who did that? Oh, my God. That scared the shit out of me.
Spooky season.
Oh, my God. All right. So, One Team One Podcast, episode 95.
The bump music.
95.
Yeah.
Who's 95?
Dominic Livingston.
Charles Alexander.
Wasn't he 95? Charles I
thought it was 4.
It was 4. He was number 4.
No, different Charles Alexander.
Oh,
The fat Charles Alexander.
The bad Charles Alexander.
No, he's a defensive lineman. I don't know.
Never heard of him.
Oh, 94. We forgot Michael Brooks. Did we say that
No,
last?
you said Michael
I
Brooks.
said it last
Yeah,
episode.
you're old. You got it.
Damn it. God damn it. Episode 95. We appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Big show. We have Brody Milly is going to be joining us probably about 7:15, and then we have Justin Vincent, our guy.
Just turn it off.
Yeah. That's not it.
Fucking static.
It's just the static. It is what it is. Justin Vincent is going to join us at 7:40-ish. So we have a lot to talk about. The biggest thing for us, right, is we are going to Oxford tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
We're taking the RV.
Fun Chaser, baby.
We're taking the Fun Chaser. There you go. It's on the screen. The Fun Chaser. We're taking that bad boy to Oxford tomorrow.
To chase some fun.
We will. We'll be chasing fun.
Chasing fun all weekend long.
We're always
Chasing fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to be chasing a lot of fun.
Chasing
There's a lot of fun to chase around in Ole Miss.
Yeah.
There is.
You know it's fun not being able to cook anything on your tailgating grounds.
Is that correct?
You can't have a open flame in the grove.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Well, we got a
Yeah.
4-piece convection stovetop in the
Yeah,
Fun
we
Chaser.
got it all taken care of.
Yeah, William, why don't you go down the list of cool like gadgets and aspects of
Yeah,
it?
we got a queen sleeper,
queens.
2 queens, one in the back, one over the cab.
Yep.
16-foot awning,
Yep.
which may or may not be working right
I
now.
think it's broken.
We've already broken something. We haven't
It's
even-
not ours. No, it was this guy bought it like 3 weeks ago, and somebody last weekend already broke the fucking awning.
His
They-
wife probably
They really
sat
do
on it.
chase fun, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good little vehicle. For
It will
us.
be a nice trip.
Yeah, you want it back
Um,
on there? Here, hold
No,
There
yeah.
it
So there's
is.
that beauty.
on. Jayco.
Yep. So
alloy rims. I believe it's alloy, steel alloy.
there you go. Big shout out to our sponsor, or one of our main sponsors, Fred's Bar. Fred's is basically hooking us up on this trip. It's basically the Fred's road
to go.
trip.
Yeah.
Right.
Fred's to go.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Man, this guy, he's a marketing genius. This guy.
Golly.
Goodness gracious. So we appreciate Nay, Mark over there, Fred's, really hooking us up. So we appreciate those guys. Again, big show. There's a lot to talk about. So Ole Miss, obviously, coming off the heels of the Florida game, which was a surprise, I think, to all of us of how we played.
No shit.
Coaching change, obviously, happened literally the next day. So it's been a weird week, I think. Like, there's a lot of shit going on. A lot of people like posting some stories about Ed Ogeron that are under fire a little bit too. So,
Dude, poor Matt Trent, man.
He's getting flamed this
God
week.
he
damn.
got fucked.
Such a
this week.
nice guy, too. I mean, come on.
I think he went too far with the whole like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Icarus flew too close to the sun on that one.
I don't know if
It's-
I
so
don't know
it
if he's
sounds-
really got sources on this or not.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
So
story was, but
It sounds like I was just reading, some tea leaves, and what it sounds to me like is that this did happen, but it wasn't at practice; it was at a camp.
I saw something on like some comments under his
Uh-huh.
stuff, and there was it's actually a girl who was like, "Yes, I'm one of the girlfriends."
That's what I saw.
I saw that too, and I was like, "Wait, is this fucking fake?
Yeah, no,
This looked fake."
it looked fake, but
But I was
mean,
like, God damn, who knows?
yeah, I'm gonna take it for what it's. I'm gonna take it for real.
Yeah, so
I'm assuming that's real.
dude, this guy's getting lit up on social media.
Oh, he's getting blasted. It started with Miles Brennan,
yeah.
and then everyone just followed his lead.
Yeah.
and everyone's just shitting on him.
This is
It's
a cancel season, baby.
tough. It's tough.
It's a tough look.
Why hasn't he deleted that tweet yet?
I don't know.
Why he's just letting himself
I,
out the dry.
I started thinking, I was like, okay, his
He's-
bosses at WBRZ has got to be like fucking flaming over this, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is terrible look for them.
Everyone,
Terrible.
yeah. Because they're not just flaming him; they're flaming the entire news station.
Yeah, they're
And
just like
and just media as in general.
WBRZ fake news on a CNN backdrop, like shit like
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's rough, bro.
That means bad things in Baton Rouge.
Like, and we post shit all the time, and I know we get like our sources, sauces, whatever you
Mhm.
want to call them.
We protect ourselves by saying sauce.
We do, but we also are not reporters.
Right.
Like, I am not going on television and like actually reporting something. So, like, if you're going to do that as your actual profession,
Here's his problem.
you better be coming with the heat.
He needs a sauce level.
He
Right.
does.
We have sauce.
We have
levels.
sauce
Right.
levels.
We have mild,
Yeah.
medium, hot, jalapeno.
I had extra
Habanero.
mild. Extra mild
Habanero.
was the other day.
Yeah,
I did have
right.
extra
Franklin,
mild.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was like
That was almost like not even really a sauce,
Yeah.
more like a dry rub.
I couldn't. I
Yeah.
might not even like post this, but it's sauceable, I guess.
The
Yeah.
water. It's
Yeah.
water.
It's like water. Yeah.
H2O.
So hopefully we get some good illegal habanero sauce action
Yeah.
in the
Go
next
for it.
couple
like a
weeks.
12 alarm sauce,
Yeah.
something like that.
Like, there's only a couple people that I'll get a text from that's like 12 alarm sauce,
Mhm.
and then I'll know.
Mhm.
But still waiting on those. Everybody's going to be asking us probably about coaching searches and stuff like that. I don't think anything's new
Yeah, I
compared to
think-
what we've talked about before, right?
Yeah, no. I mean,
People are
like,
just throwing out names at this point.
if we hear anything, we're gonna post it. So-
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all can stop like DMing us and be like, "Heard anything?"
Yeah,
Like,
right.
We'll let you know.
Yeah.
We will let you know.
Well, today I got a whole bunch of heard anything about Will Wade, and I was like, no.
Oh, because of fucking Pat 40.
Yeah, I was like, no, nothing,
Fuck yeah.
nothing fucking news is happening with Will Wade.
No, this
like
is
it's the same old shit.
look at the
It's
date.
right before basketball
Look at the
season
date.
starts.
Yeah. Basketball season's about to start. Hey, everybody, let's get ready for it. Will Wade's still an asshole.
They still don't have anything.
Whatever.
They have nothing.
Right.
They have like a telephone conversation. That was it. So, Yeah, so I'm about to bring in this is Alex. I'm about to bring in a dozen purple and gold colored golf balls to Oxford this weekend because Jude told me to. Is this cheeky Alex?
Is this cheeky, Alex?
This is the same Alex from Willie Betts a couple weeks ago.
Okay. So not cheeky Alex. Cheeky Alex is
We're bringing this one, Alex.
Yes,
we're
these
bringing
are we're gonna bring a whole bunch of those. I have a whole bunch of those, but they're not real golf balls. They're just practice balls.
Can I say you can wave them around? Don't throw them at him because then he doesn't want to come. So you gotta
So we want Lane Kiffin. So don't throw it.
Throw it at him.
Yeah,
give it to him after the game. Be like, here, coach, I love you.
Maybe we need to put our logo on some of these.
That's a good. That's a
hell of an idea.
It's a
thank
little
you.
delayed. Sorry. Are we gonna bring them on?
All right, so we have our first guest, Brody Miller with The Athletic. And Brody, I have not met Brody before, so we're about to bring him in right now. And it's taking forever. There it is.
I'm here. What's going on, guys?
Change our graphic up, Jude. There
Hold
you go.
on. I do that first, and then
There we go. Jude, the intern, is all
fancy.
over it. Brody, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing all right. It's been a long week, but I'm hanging in there.
We were just saying the same thing. It's been a weird effing week. So, all right, what's new in your world? Anything?
Oh, nothing at all. Yeah, no. Coaching changes, coaching searches, stories that are getting criticism and praise and whatever. Yeah,
we just talked about poor Matt Trent. We just talked about that, and he's just getting blown out of the water right now on social media. You came with the heat a little earlier this week, right? Like, so I know, not too bad, but everybody's heard rumors in town, so this isn't anything new or anything. No. But I mean, so has there been any reaction to you and what you've posted, like through LSU or anything like that? Anybody said anything to you off the table?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna, go.
Don't tell me, but yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not gonna go into that, but obviously, I mean, there are people who aren't psyched about everything there and have been kind of, not happy with me.
We're poster boys of not being happy with us.
So, yeah, exactly. So this is the perfect show for me. No, I'm psyched.
Exactly. I know they're probably like, oh, great, these guys on this show tonight.
Yeah. Hey, Brody, how long have you hated LSU with all your heart?
Yeah. I'm enjoying it most because I feel like for years I've almost been criticized for being too easy on LSU all the time, and then now it's like, oh, you hated them the whole time, and I'm like, no, honestly, no. Quite frankly, I had a good relationship with that Ogeron for 4 years. Right. Like I there's no animosity there. I was just trying to tell kind of the story of these last 5 years.
No, I feel like you're our Ross Dellinger now of LSU. I know I don't know
if that's
heavy on you or anything, but no, Ross has like moved on to another level, and you're still right here in this area. Like I feel like that you're kind of that guy here that's kind of like working behind the scenes like he did. Is that?
I take that as a strong compliment. Ross is an incredible reporter I've learned a lot from. So I appreciate that even being compared, even though I don't agree.
Well, now he big times you, though, is the problem. Like, he used to be cool and everything. Now he big times you. Like, hey, I'm better than this show now.
I'll make sure I tell him you said that. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, please do. Yeah. Okay, so your thoughts on Florida week, how we came out. Obviously, it was a completely different team that we've seen. I thought energy wise, scheme wise, there was a lot of difference from this game than there was, previous in the year. But then now taking this same team now to Oxford, I feel like the LSU fan base has a renewed confidence, including us. We're about to take an RV to Oxford, and I'm full of pissing vinegar. So we're ready to take on Oxford, and I don't really care what anybody has to say.
Yeah, I think it's, again, like I think Ed Ogeron put it kind of well Monday, I want to say, where he was kind of talking about there did seem to be throughout that week a slight, I don't know, weight lifted for lack of a better term. Just there was so much hovering over this team for so long that all of a sudden it was like, hey, go play free. And, I felt like you saw, I'm not accusing him of meddling or anything, but I think you saw Ed Ogeron be like, yeah, Jake Peets, do your thing. And, everyone just go do your thing. There's less, tension. I think a lot of people notice a tension these last few weeks with Ogeron. Right. And also, I think there's just truth to, there's the obvious parallel of 2 years in a row they're depleted and they go beat Florida. Well, I think there's something to the notion that, and this is not a criticism of these players either, but those big stars were kind of gone, and all of them are either injured or kind of just calling it a year and all these things. And I think that led to everyone who is still playing are guys who still have an insane amount to prove, or they're freshmen who are hungry. So there's not that those guys were slacking by any means. They were still playing great football. But I do think there was this kind of element of it's kind of like when people accuse a pro team of tanking, and it's like, those players are playing for a contract. They are not tanking. They'll get fired. And I think there was a little bit of that where you see these freshmen and sophomores excited to make a name for themselves. And I think everyone just kind of played a freer, better game. So do I know if LSU is going to suddenly win 2 of these next 4 SEC games? Probably not. I don't know. But I do think that's going to be a ball game Saturday. I do think they're at least a team that can cover that spread and make this competitive. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I think that's the same. What we're thinking. It's almost like it feels like a parallel a little bit to last year.
Completely.
And one of the things that we've been talking about, Brody. Go ahead.
I think something that he said was there's this big weight hanging over the program. It's exactly how we felt going into the Florida game last year. It's actually pretty nuts.
Yeah, right.
And then we pulled something out of our ass and win the game.
Yeah, and so one of our Durante Jones, we allow nobody can talk bad about Durante Jones.
Your bourbon buddy,
friend of the pod,
friend of the show. My main what I'm really upset about is some of these assistant coaches that have taken this job, maybe risked their career to take this job. They could be a 1-year in and out kind of position, especially coordinators coming in, and maybe there's a new guy that comes in and just kind of cleans house. I thought that it was perfect for us to at least announce Orgeron is leaving, so these guys are free to basically coach their ass off for their next gig. Is that something that you felt at all, or seen at all, or thought about it?
No, I think there's a lot of validity to that. I don't know if it was conscious. You know what I mean? I don't know if there was a sit down thing where it's like, all right, we're going to change what we let you do. Sure. But I absolutely think there's validity to that. That idea that it would have led to everyone kind of being in a really tough limbo phase for a long time. And that's just tough to coach in, and now it's, hey, your job's gone. I mean, yes, there's not much going to change here. So yeah, you get to just be like, hey, show what you can do. And Ed Orgeron has less reason to, again, not saying he had been overly meddling, but less reason to hyper focus and micromanage things because his job is gone already. So he's like, hey, go do you, go get yourself a good job after this and all those things. So I think there's a ton of validity to that. And again, there's also just some element, quite frankly, of just these are young first-time coordinators who are just kind of getting better each week. I think I've noticed Jake Peetz get a little better each week. I feel like I've seen Durante Jones maybe a little more high and low, but he's getting better as the season goes. So yeah. I think it's just a little bit of combination of both there.
There is something about this Peetz. There's something about the Florida game that just completely is driving me crazy. It's the running scheme, the trap plays, the cross blocks, Jack Mashburn being involved a lot more than what he was before. Yep. It feels like a different coordinator coached this game than has coached the entire year.
Yep.
And I don't know how I can put my finger on that other than Orgeron said, "Hey, I'm go ahead, guys."
Yeah, I think there's a little bit. Okay, so I had talked to people throughout the season on that staff who, they thought pretty highly of Jake Peetz. Think he's a really smart passing game mind, but they said that he's just not quite comfortable with running game stuff and the schematics of a running game, or even more than that, like how to use your run game to set up the pass and vice versa. It was just those things he wasn't comfortable with yet. And so and a lot of the times when you see a coach backed in a corner, when you're struggling like he had been, you kind of stick even more with what you're comfortable with sometimes. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. And I don't know how much to make of this. It's one of those things where I think it's interesting, at least, that Ty Davis Price did tell us that, Director of Performance Innovation, Jack Marucci came with all these kind of run schemes that were working. And I mean, there's a lot of history in these last 10 years of Jack Marucci bringing them stuff, and it changes what they do. So I believe there's some truth to that. So yeah, I don't even mean that as an insult on Peetz, like, oh, he doesn't deserve credit, but I kind of do believe that maybe they needed that to show what works with the run game, and that set up so much, and it works. So a little bit of that, and you saw the offensive line just look more I hate to oversimplify football, but just look more comfortable blocking certain things because it was more their style.
It felt like
I think
they were wanting to run an offense that way all year, and they just needed to unlock the keys. Now,
exactly.
The only thing I have to say about the Pete's thing, he was literally Christian McCaffrey's running back coach.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how he's not comfortable with running schemes.
Well, I hear you there, but I guess there's probably a difference between like knowing how to coach a running back at the position and being like, I know how to develop schematics to get one thing to connect to the next and all that. Like if you ask Joe Brady or people close to him, his greatest skill set isn't like some literal schematic thing. It's that he was the master of putting the puzzle together. Like that's Joe Brady's expertise. And I think that's the part Pete's is just learning. It's not even a criticism. He's just kind of young, you know?
Wow.
So it sounds like we need a running game coordinator, not a passing game coordinator.
Pivot. Well, fun fact, James Craig was the run game coordinator technically. Like that was
James Craig was that guy. Yeah,
was he?
I'm not saying that's why the run game got worse, but they did technically have one. They just publicized it less.
Okay, so we got a couple questions for you. Ask Brody, is if Coach O wins most of the next SEC games, will his future at LSU, his legacy be different than what the narrative is right now?
I love that question, and I kind of hope so. I think at the end of the day, that Florida win will help it, no matter what. Like even if they lose everyone from here on out, I do think the Florida game will help change that to be like that will at least, I think, in a lot of people's mind, be the last kind of like positive memory. Because I know a lot of people think I wrote this like, you know, angry piece at him, but no, I think I know. Yes, don't even start. I wasn't going to use that word. And no, I actually think Ed Orgeron deserves a ton of credit for 2019 that people are like trying to remove from him. And I think Ed Orgeron does a lot of good stuff and is a guy who this is literally his dream school and gave a lot to it. And I want him to end on good graces with a lot of people. So I think first off, no matter what, I think time will overall view him a little kinder. You know, I think as time goes on, they're not going to judge him in the prism of like, this guy's not getting us where we need to be. They'll look back on, man, remember when that guy who was one of us got us one of the best teams ever? Like that's how we'll overall be remembered, I think.
Yeah, and it's weird.
In the moment, no.
I saw a Facebook. I told this on the podcast a couple weeks ago. I saw a Facebook memory of when we fired Les Miles. And it was a Lamar billboard that said "Thank you, Les" or whatever, and it was like a big thing. And I was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's such a great person. He just represented Baton Rouge the best way." I think I said all this bull crap.
Cancel.
And like, yes, now it's like, now you look back at it and you're like, "Oh my god, this guy just like duped all of us." But yeah, I don't know if that's the case with Ed. I think what you see out of Ed Orgeron is what you get. For the most part, I mean, shoot,
even like my story, like the details that kind of like came out as salacious. Like honestly, I didn't even mean them to be intended as like Ed Orgeron.
It's just because the regular people probably didn't know, but like most of the people, probably did.
And, like those details were in that story, quite frankly, to show like there is a parallel from when his life kind of changed, and that's when kind of the performance declined and how it created messes for him. I don't think any of those details should make you think Ed Orgeron's a bad guy or anything like that.
No, I agree. So, where we go from here? I guess that's our next question. There's obviously Woodward is already starting the coaching talk, right? So, how much do you feel like he is actually reaching out to actual coaches right now, or is it just agents, or what are we talking to at this point?
Definitely agents at this point. I mean, that's how it always is going to be. Yeah, he's absolutely talking, you know, on background off the record with a lot of agents and people to kind of be like, hey, here's the numbers we'd hypothetically offer. Those things are absolutely being discussed, or maybe haven't been discussed. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, and it's going to be fascinating because Woodward is such a tricky guy to cover because he keeps things close to the vest, and he is a political operative deep down. That is who he is. So sometimes
he actually enjoys it.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. So it's like when you hear something, you know, there's a little bit of like, there's probably truth to it, but also like this could be, you know,
a Pat Casey thing all over again.
Yeah. Oh my
God. And it's a great point. And you know, there's a lot of history of him making you think one thing, and then Chris Peterson comes out of absolutely nowhere, you know. And then there are others where it looked like it was going to be Jimbo the whole time, and it was Jimbo. So I don't know, you know. And I just know he's going to go big game hunting. I'm pretty confident about that. Do I also think he has a full list of guys who, if you don't get those top tier guys, you have plenty you really like, from your Mel Tuckers to your Billy Napiers? Absolutely. But I think there's some big names he's definitely looking at.
All right, we got a question from Jude the intern, so bear with us, Brody. This is about to get really unprofessional.
Hey,
Oh, no.
Brody. I get you mixed up with Cody Worsham a lot, but that's okay.
Oh no,
my question.
we were
to
both
you-
unthreatening men with the name that rhymes with Odie, so I
well,
can't
and
really
you both
argue.
Flick your hair up in the front. Yeah.
Anyways,
A little
my-
different. Mine's just a very curly head of hair. He does a little more styling.
He's a Parkview Hall of Fame though, so
my big question is, as a reporter, who do you trust more, the coaches, like agents, or where the Learjet goes in terms of where you're trying to speculate?
Can I say
I heard
neither?
it was on the move.
I think I gotta say neither, because the Jet stuff is 90% of the time absolute BS and just not helpful. But the agents aren't exactly telling the truth all the time either.
all right, so Brody, we have something special for you, and we're gonna do the same game with Justin Vincent later, so don't feel like I'm putting you aside or anything, but it's called our lightning round, so go ahead.
No.
Lightning round.
Lightning, yeah, I misspelled lightning.
I was gonna say, am I
Yeah,
crazy? Okay, good.
all right, so
No, Matt's just stupid. Yeah.
all right, we have some coaches, and I want you to we're going to show a coach on the screen, and I want you to give a quick sentence of like, do you feel like, or maybe a percentage? You want to give a percentage?
I don't know if I'll do percentage, but I'll give a quick thought. Yeah,
a quick thought, and if
That just seems
would it
ready
be
to
a
be thrown in
fit
my
for
face.
LSU, that kind of thing. Okay,
Yeah.
So first one, go ahead, Jude. Mel Tucker.
Yeah, I think very possible, and somebody who is very much on the list. And there are people in the program who absolutely are, kind of pushing for him to go that direction. And I think he falls in the category of has a really awesome resume. You just want a little more experience, probably.
And he smokes cigars, which is
Big
fantastic.
cigar guy.
Look at that huge cigar.
And he's like
So-
smoking the heck out of it.
I know.
Like
I
that's
know.
not like a BS. Like when I smoke a cigar, you're like, I don't know if he knows how to do that.
I really want to.
But him, he knows how to do it.
All right, next one. We're going there next week. Lane Kiffin. Woo!
That one
Lane
feels
train.
a little bit to me more like the rumor mill kind of thing. I think it's possible. I think it's totally in the realm of possibility. But I just also
Thanks for
think.
being on the show, Brody.
Yeah, it was good seeing you guys. Yeah. I think there's just a lot of. It's totally possible. And I think there is absolutely a look to get like a quarterback developer and an offensive guy. I don't think there's nothing to that. But I just personally would be surprised, but he's absolutely on the
You just
list.
feel like there's too much like just ego baggage there.
And just, a lot of the things that we're talking about with Ogeron that kind of led to some messiness. I mean, you're going
Right.
to have those same issues with Kiffin.
Joey
We've all heard
Freshwater,
those rumors too, but at the same
Absolutely.
time, I don't know.
Rumors. That is fact, my friend. All right, next one. Lincoln Riley. This was the Learjet was literally in Norman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I think I've heard things that make you believe that, yeah, he would be, somebody Scott Woodward is, going to at least reach out to and,
Yeah.
maybe see
say
if
no.
there's any interest on his side. I don't know how realistic any interest would be. I don't know where any talks there would be. And if I told you I did, I'd be talking out of my ass. But at the same time, yeah, I think he fits every single check of what like a Woodward hire seems like, especially in the context of this hire. I would not put it at 0. Let's put it that way.
So I heard you talk about, and I don't have him on my list, but Dabo. I heard you talk about him. I feel like, but I feel like it. Well, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was Bruce. Probably heard Bruce Feldman talk about this, but like I feel like Lincoln Riley would be the attainable Dabo. Does that
I think
sound-
there's something to that. Yeah, I think and there's almost something to
Younger.
the fact that, we were told about the Athletic, we were told about Dabo. Is that a possibility? No one from the Woodward camp has really said anything about Lincoln Riley. You know what I mean? Like that's just me
Right.
being, conspiratorial and all that, but conspiracy theorist. But yeah, I think he checks that even more because it almost makes at the end of my gut, and this is not reported information, I've always just thought he would leave more for the NFL. Like I would be kind of surprised if he left for
Cowboys.
another college job, but X amount of money gets thrown at you. You're going to the SEC where suddenly, like, there's a chance you actually fall down the college football pecking order because you're in the SEC every week. Like, it's not inconceivable. It just would be a crazy big get.
I hear you. All right, next one. James Franklin.
I think he's very high on the list. Absolutely. He's somebody who there's a lot of people in the university who would really want. I think he checks all the boxes, not all of them, but checks a lot of boxes in terms of program builder, 12 years now, I think, of 10 years at least, of proving he can build programs and hire coordinators really well and recruit at an elite level. So I think there's a real pitch to the idea of you put him at LSU in a sports car, and all of a sudden he might be getting 1 and 2 ranked classes, and you're going to hit those coordinator hires. I think there's interest. I think there's some people in the university that aren't as high on him or have other issues with him, but I think he's very, a real candidate.
I heard the personality could be an issue there a little bit, but also I know USC
as a media member, he'd be the worst for me. So I think,
it's cliche.
Well, no, he has the strictest rules for media, maybe of any coach in the country.
Really? Lincoln Riley banned all media the other day. So,
trust me, I've been joking with reporters. Almost every one of these top candidates has been like, "Oh, this isn't good for me either."
So going back to James Franklin for a second, I know USC is going to be hot all over,
of course,
James Franklin. So I know it feels like there's going to be a, I don't know, I hate to say bidding war because I don't think USC is there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're there with us. So,
but it's a great point I should have mentioned. Yeah, USC is. It just feels like a logical fit with him at USC, and that's one of those things where you never know if we're all reporting that because it just makes sense or if there's hard information. I think that we're all guilty of that sometimes, but I think it'll be interesting. I don't know where the question is, what would he prefer, and I don't know. Maybe he really wants to get to the SEC, or maybe USC, California, LA. That's the
away from the SEC, get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Somehow. Right.
So if you get USC rolling, you are Clemson of the West. Like that is the reality. But I know it's easier said than done to get it rolling.
All right, let's start dark horse. This is more for Justin Vincent, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, I don't know. I will just obviously I will give you
one little report came out and everybody's going crazy.
I mean, it makes a lot. Here's what I'll say, man. He is a close relationship with LSU. I mean, you go to any LSU pro day in recent memory, and Mike Tomlin's probably there. He's a good relationship with a lot of people in that building. I think there's I don't think it's inconceivable. I just don't know. I really don't know. And I don't even know where he'd rank on Woodward's list, considering, there is always just, for me, at least personally, that risk of being like, all right, you're going to hand one of the most important programs in the country to a guy who hasn't really run a college program in so long. But Mike Tomlin is an unbelievable coach, unbelievable culture builder, all these things. Right. So, I mean, he could do unbelievable things there.
So who other than Ryan Clark, Justin Vincent are going to be guys that he is familiar with?
You'd be surprised. A lot of personnel people, a lot of not administration's not the right word, but kind of support staff people who've been here for 20 years, like your Marucci types, your Moffitt types. A lot of those guys have relationships for almost every NFL person. But Tomlin really, for whatever reason, I don't even really know why, but he has been really close with that group.
All right, last question for you, Brody. Does Brody prefer? It's your decision, Brody.
Yeah.
Do you prefer an offensive or defensive coach?
Trick question. Special teams. Thanks. Next question. No,
or a CEO type. So
I love this question because it's something I've been kind of arguing with people about all for a month now, and not even that I have a preference. It's the idea that I think people get too reactionary from the last hire. It's all right, you just had a CEO that didn't work. Now we gotta get an offensive scheme guy, and I'm like, maybe, sure, if he's the best coach, absolutely, but just because Orgeron didn't work as a CEO, look at all the greatest coaches in college football right now. Dabo, Saban, Urban Meyer, right? The three best probably the last 20 years. I know Saban's a defensive genius, but all three of them are pure CEOs. It's just the truth. Urban never called plays. A lot of people don't know that. They are just real. Most great coaches right now are CEOs who are great hires, who know where run a great culture, know where the game's headed and attack it and all those things. That's not saying go get a CEO. It just means every single guy on this list, aside from, I don't know, maybe Franklin, are scheme guys to some extent. They all have pretty good scheme expertise, but they're also just they're CEOs. They're good at it. So don't get me wrong. If you tell me right now, Lincoln Riley, he might be the best choice and he is a scheme guy. But at the same time, I just think overreacting. Ed Orgeron didn't work because as a CEO, because he was, I don't know how to put this, he didn't make good hires. That is not the rule. It doesn't mean all CEOs are suddenly going to make bad coordinator hires. You're LSU. If you hire the right guy, you are going to get the best coordinators or of the best coordinators every year. So I just think people are overthinking that a little bit.
Yeah, and I our love for Durante, and I just felt like he had to take that risk where maybe Marcus Freeman was a guy who was high on the list, didn't want to take that job. And now you look back at it and like, well, that probably wasn't the wrong decision there. I mean, it's a 1-year deal almost, but it's hard to say. But that's what I feel the worst about is some of these assistants that probably took this job. So
those are hires you make and again, I'm not like revisionist history dunking on the hires. Like I actually was high on them in the moment, but in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, you hired people like that if you know they have a runway.
Hell, we were high on Bo Pelini because I remember the 2007 season. So
because we were
before the year started,
about anything going.
Absolutely. I was like, we're going to be undefeated in 2020.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I wouldn't say I was supportive, but I was kind of talking myself into it. You're like,
aggressive defense. I love it.
Yeah, you're like,
blitz, score points. I love it.
Yeah, Dave Aranda sucked.
I didn't put him on the list, but Dave would be great.
I think. I'm more fascinated with Dave than like any coach in sports. There's no one I enjoy talking to more. I just think if you're going to go like that route, there are probably better versions of him who are just more ready.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
I think Dave Aranda kind of fits that CEO mold. He comes from play calling, but I think he is a smart enough dude to be able to make the right hires and stuff like that.
Right. Look at him hiring Jeff Grimes and Erica Mateus right now at Baylor. Yeah. I mean, Dave Aranda is quite frankly one of the smartest human beings I've ever met. So yeah, I think he gave some great interviews to us and other places where he basically said like his first year of coaching, if anything, he was like, he tried to be too smart and that was like his failure year one. And now look at him. So yeah.
Last question for you. You have to answer this question. All right. Don't get scared. Durante Jones. Listen to me already. Dave Aranda. All right. Say Dave Aranda comes. Who's the offensive coordinator? Is it Jeff Grimes or is it Tom Herman?
It's Jeff Grimes. I would be shocked if it's not Jeff Grimes. Yeah. I mean, because Herman wasn't even really like the OC of his Texas teams. I mean, he wasn't even calling plays then. I don't know how you would do that. Right. Jeff Grimes, man. I mean, he is just now proving he is one of the best OCs in the country.
Yeah, he's great.
What if it's Jerry Sullivan?
Jerry Sullivan, no, that's not going to happen.
Jerry's the man. I'm not no Jerry slander in this household.
Jerry slander. Jude, that was Jude the intern, not Matt Anderson. So, Brody, we appreciate it. We're going to have you on as this coaching cycle keeps going because I know this is right up your alley. So we'll have you on, and don't take too much heat around there for this coaching this hit job on O.
Yeah, no comment. No, thanks for having me, guys. It was a lot of fun, and anytime.
All right, Brody. Talk to you soon. Hey, we're before we get to Justin Vincent, we have him waiting in the queue. We're gonna go to commercial real fast, take a quick little break, be right back. And had to show you where it is.
He's just pointing out a picture.
That's right.
Yeah.
Our humble beginnings in 1898, right here in England, Arkansas. Hometown values were important 100 plus years ago. And although the building is a bit different, and there's a few more people in it, those same values drive us each and every day. Whether your hometown is Jacksonville, Dallas, New York, Denver, San Diego, Seattle, Dickinson, Daphne, or anywhere in between, we have your hometown branch right around the corner. You're here. Welcome home.
River City Total Maintenance is an air conditioning and heating company in South Louisiana. We've been in business since about 1980. It does start with the people. It starts with wanting to do the right thing the right way. The thing that makes our company different from the rest is our people. Whenever you have us into your home, we're going to treat you like family. We're going to do the things that it takes in order to earn your business on the front end and to deliver on the services that we provide on the back end. Whenever you have a problem, we're going to be there to answer the call. NOLAAC.com is our webpage. We have a lot of information about our company, about the employees of the company, and the services that we provide.
Right now is the time to get the vehicle of your dreams at Courtesy Buick GMC in Lafayette.
New vehicles are arriving daily by the truckload, but they're moving off our lot just as fast. So stop by or go to CurtisAutomotive.com. You can pre-order and secure the exact vehicle that you want.
Right now, get $7,500 off MSRP on a 2021 GMC Sierra or get a 2021 Buick Envision for only $28,988. Discover the experience at Courtesy Buick GMC in Lafayette.
Learn more at glowresources.com.
All right, we are back from commercial, and we are joined by one of our regular guests, Justin Vincent, JV. What's happening, my friend?
Oh man, nothing. Just hanging out, man.
Just hanging out? Nothing new? Nothing going on?
Nothing.
Just a
new
regular
at all.
old slow week for you guys?
Yeah, always.
Justin, I gotta say that's an absolute beauty of a chomper in that front lip.
Oh,
Yes,
man.
there you
Hey,
go.
It's my quiet time, sitting in my
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You're not smoking a cigar? You're going to do that instead, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna do it this weekend. I'm going to Nashville this weekend.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to watch the KC and Titans game and holler at Christian Fulton and Clyde and
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Tyrant.
Gotta go to the Predators.
Nashville's a good time.
Man, Nashville. That's the only city I would move to. If I got a job in Nashville, I would move there, I think.
Me and William said the same thing a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's
I don't like Nashville that much.
You don't like it that
No?
much?
No,
okay.
I feel as
It's a
weird
lot
as
of
it may
people
seem,
there.
I feel that way about Austin.
Austin? I've never been to Austin.
You missing out.
I'm missing out. I know. I need to go to Austin.
Well, you'll get a chance to go there soon as they join the SEC.
That's right. We can go do a road
Regularly.
trip sponsored by
Yeah.
Fred's to Austin. You hear that, Mark and Nay? There you go. Fred's cam's on the cam right now. All right, Justin. Huge. We just talked to Brody Miller. Huge weekend last weekend. Florida. It's similar to 2020 where we all of a sudden flipped the switch and played out of our minds against Florida. It felt like different. It felt like a different team, a little bit different energy. What were your thoughts on the Florida game, and then maybe how are we taking that same vibe and energy maybe to Ole Miss this weekend?
My expectations were, I guess, little to none. I was very optimistic about it. I never forget, I was sitting in a staff meeting Saturday morning, and I was asked about the game, and I said, to be honest with you, I actually think we're going to win. It had nothing to do with me being biased or anything like that. I just saw the body of work. I went to practice every day. It seemed like the energy was a little bit different. Guys were flying around making plays.
When did you see that energy different? When was
on
that?
Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday, and I went Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, it just seemed different, man. I mean, they seemed like they were flying around. People had fresh legs, it looked like. And, so I was optimistic. We always worried about the running game. Obviously, since the beginning of the season, we couldn't move the ball to save our soul. They actually looked pretty dang on good out of the first drive. And I was like, well, today might be actually the day. And, I mean, I was sitting next to one of my buddies, and I said, damn, I think we actually passed up the total amount of yards on that last carry we had all year just with Ty. So,
yeah.
So what do you think changed with that offensive line?
I don't know. You know what I think? If I'm putting my coach's hat on for a second, I'm thinking they just kind of went back to the basics, and stopped trying to confuse them. Football is a simple game, man. People think, if you've been playing it your whole life, nothing changes but the numbers, your address, and the size of some players. But football is ball. X's and O's will never change. They'll always be the same. It just depends on who's calling it, right? So I think they just got back to the basics, gave them, 3 to 4 plays that they really felt comfortable with, and they loved the hell out of that counter trap and out of gun. And I seen Ed Ingram pull one time, and he blasted this linebacker. I think it was on the first touchdown run Ty had coming out of the gate. And right then and there, I knew. I said, today might be a day. We might have 100. I wasn't expecting 287, but yeah, it worked out perfect.
What were your thoughts on? In my opinion, I hadn't seen much. There was a couple of plays here and there that I've been talking about all season long. One of them was Auburn, where Liam Shanahan pulled out, and I think the tackle pulled out, and Ty Davis Price had a great run off tackle against Auburn, and I was like, where has this been? Like, where has this play been? And then this game, all of a sudden, everybody's pulling. We got traps, we got cross blocks, we got counters, we got all kinds of stuff going on. Jack Mashburn's just cleaning people up. I felt like it was a different running scheme than I had seen all year.
Yeah, definitely. I think it just played back into what I just said. As far as it went back to the basics, the ones they felt comfortable with. I think early on we're trying to do too much and be cute, and you just go back to smash mouth football. Like Marshawn Lynch said, run through somebody's face. You know what I'm saying? Like, get downhill, give your runner a chance to make things happen and fall forward. And the play calling is a whole lot better when it's 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 8.
Right.
Do you think? I felt like Ty Davis Price ran like angry on Saturday, and I didn't feel like he ran like that all year. Do you think that's because there were holes to run through?
Right.
Like, where do you think that came from?
I think early on he was pressing too much. I think Ty still had a little bit of that high school mentality in his system. Maybe he felt like he was, trying to hit a home run every time, and he has to realize, that this is the SEC. This is college football at its finest. Everybody can run. He was patient. I saw him this past weekend on a bunch of runs. There was a few of them that he hit the hole when there was a little bit of crease, but other than that, he was patient, waiting for his puller to come around, cut off their backside, and hit the gas. So I felt like it played into his hand. I mean, he was been chomping at the bit since the beginning of the season, so this worked out perfect for him.
All right, so take us to Ole Miss. How do you feel like this translates to Ole Miss right now? You're a big fan of Ole Miss, by the way. Big fan of Oxford.
Yeah, that's a negative.
Tell us your favorite thing about Oxford.
Not a damn thing.
Do you feel like you hate Oxford worse than Archie Manning hates LSU?
No, I don't think Archie Manning hates LSU. He has no reason to hate LSU. I have a whole bunch of reasons to dislike that place. He's still fresh. He still got a little Similac on his breath. He doesn't really understand. He understands the hate that he has for a school that he knows really nothing about, other than We forget this kid is a 2023 class. I mean, he's young.
Archie, not
Archie. Oh, you saying Archie?
Yes,
oh, wow.
Archie.
Then that one, all right, yeah.
No.
The old man, Pops.
Old man Archie. That's where all the hate comes from Ole Miss. I mean, from the Mannings,
I'm sure. But yeah, man, my hate is a little bit different.
Yeah, I know.
And hate's a strong word. I dislike them a whole bunch.
Well, we're gonna go up there with that attitude for you tomorrow. So we're gonna represent. Tell us about how do you feel like our running game is going to translate over to them this weekend, and do you feel like that could be the game changer for us? Because I mean, no spoiler alert, but I actually see us probably even winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be a one-trick pony, not in this league,
right.
And that's what everybody pinned us on early during the season. I mean, we had our struggles; we couldn't move the ball. I mean, we had a great opportunity to win against UCLA, in my opinion, if we could have ran the ball and got those guys back on their heels, but they were standing on their toes and they were coming downhill every time we snapped the ball because we didn't keep them honest. So I think now the guys got a little bit of confidence moving forward. It'll translate to this week. They know, what's at stake, a bowl bid, moving forward. So I think the guys are going to be ready to play. And I like what I saw from a lot of our young receivers. Max was Max once again. But I think they got to go on with that mentality last week. This can be done because there's not too many people other than myself that I know of that actually gave us a fighting chance this week.
Right.
I mean, last week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Last week.
I thought we were losing by 4 touchdowns. That's what I said on the podcast.
Yeah, and like I said, there's nobody gave us the opportunity. I think these guys knew that. They had a little chip on their shoulder. They went down there in Tiger Stadium, and they put on the show, and hopefully they had a good week of practice. I didn't get a chance to go to practice week, so I had a lot going on. But yeah, hopefully they get on that bus Friday, head to the airport, get down there to Tupelo, and have a good time.
So what are your thoughts on we talked about this probably about a week ago. So Pete's and obviously Durante, first-year coordinators coming in. Orgeron is being let go at the end of the season. So there is obvious chance that these guys are going to be 1-year coordinators if a new guy comes in and cleans house, whatever you want to say. Do you feel like this is a great opportunity for these coordinators to kind of show a little bit more than maybe what they've been showing this year? It's hard for me to say it. It's hard for me to say it in the right way, but maybe
You're just drinking too much.
no, it's not that. I'm trying to say it the right way. It's like giving a little bit more for their next position.
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize in the football world, what you put on tape is your walking, talking, breathing resume. So I think, what they put on tape so far and progressed from game one, I think that's, doing them just in the I guess in the future for them to move on and do bigger and better things. At least they know they can do it. They may actually not get another coordinating job right away. They may go back to position coaches and then get an opportunity again. Because this league, I mean, I say football in general, not just SEC, but
right.
It's a carousel. People go, one might, he might end up at Auburn, he might end up at, Florida, he'll get an opportunity to probably stay around this league and do some things because both of them have, good resumes and they've shown that they can do it. Obviously, you're on a losing team right now, but hopefully we can change the tide of that and move forward and go to a bowl game. But I think both of them are great guys, man. Jake Peets is really good, man. Durante, we have a lot in common. We share the same agent, Brian Levy, who we have, and he has Mike Tomlin, Eric Bieniemy. I mean, he has a lot of guys. He also has Mickey Joseph as well. So I think he'll have an opportunity to land on his feet either way.
I got a question in the chat. I don't know if it's a good question or not. Ask Justin, as a member of TAF, can we expect to see public appearances of the new LSU football coach soon?
I can answer this one.
What?
I can answer this one. He's actually going to be here next week, and they're going to get rid of him.
Oh goodness, I don't understand what that
that's
means.
Damn, that's a little random. I
know.
Justin, you ever hear someone say there's no such thing as a dumb question?
Yes,
that cycle
they got
just got broken.
They got
Thank
one.
you, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man, we don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen. I think the beautiful thing about this whole coaching search is that there's all these names being thrown out there. But if anybody knows anything about Scott Woodward, I've spent a lot of time with him over I feel like it's been almost 20 years, but he keeps everything close to the chest. He'll let these names fly. He won't put a stop to it. And then next thing you know, boom, he'll hit you over the head and it'll be somebody you didn't expect.
Yeah. We were just having that same conversation. Now we're getting another question. This is a little better question. Which coordinator has the best chance of staying under the new coach? And actually, it's probably not a good question because we don't know who the new coach is going to be.
I'm going to be honest with you. As much as I like both of them, I think neither one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
a
one
new guy
thing,
is just not,
especially a coordinator. If they were just position coaches, I'd say yes.
Yes. Is Corey grandfathered in, you think?
Whoever the new coach is, you get rid of Corey, fire him immediately.
Yeah. Well, what about Kevin Falk?
Yeah, you can keep Kevin, fire the head coach too. If you get rid of either one of those guys,
yeah, they're in. Right,
they're in.
Your first action on the job is firing Kevin Falk. You may get ran out of town for sure.
100%. Or Corey. I mean,
Corey for sure.
You get rid of the man who created DBU. I'd be looking over my shoulder the rest of my time in Baton Rouge.
Exactly. So, all right, before we get on to our last segment, before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about LSU Ole Miss 2003. Tell me about your experiences in that game, because I remember it very, very well. And how many weeks was it that you had taken over the starting job, and Allie?
Ooh, man, my first starting game was
South Carolina. I remember that. Yeah. I think it was probably third week, maybe.
I think. So I think Ole Miss might have been the second to last game, third to last game.
I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I probably was starting 3 or 4 weeks prior to that.
Okay.
And but yeah, man, it was unreal. It was one of them. I think it was like a 2:30 kick.
Yep.
It was kind of a cool, hot day, kind of like it's been like the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
It started off, pretty warm, and as the sun started to set, it was a little cool out there. Their fans are rowdy. They've added on to that stadium since I've been there.
Oh, for
back
sure.
in
Yeah.
But yeah, it was loud, man, and they were revving and rolling. They have quite a raunchy fan base. I think obviously our fans are.
You're
Listen,
being so nice right now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not. Listen, I'm
You're
not.
being PC.
I'm not giving LSU fans a break here because I know our fans are just as bad as anyone in the country.
I know.
No, they're not. Can be. They are. Let's keep it all the way 100. Like they are. But those folks down there are a little bit different.
Yeah. Right. So take me into that game a little bit. I know it started off with Mock throwing the pick six early in the game. Obviously, we come back and we're actually winning the game pretty handily, and then Eli starts making his move and scores a touchdown. And then he's got the ball back again. Actually, they missed a field goal, and then he's got the ball back again to end the game. Do you remember watching him fall down on his backside?
Yeah, I remember because before they got the ball back, we were driving down the field. And I never forget Derek Dooley was just saying, hey, double arm wrap, know when the journey's over, fall down, no fumbles. We ended up scoring, giving them the ball back, and they had an opportunity to drive downfield.
Mm-hmm.
And, everybody was sitting on the bench, and it was third down. And we stood up and walked towards the front and seen the snap of the ball. And at first, I almost thought it was like the NFL. I was like, damn, is he going to get up and try to throw the ball? But my brain was just.
You realized. Yeah.
I realized the journey's over. He's done. He didn't have an opportunity to do his Manning magic.
Right.
And we put a stop to that.
No, that could have been the first David Tyree type play. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean,
the ball up in the
he could have. If they'd have beat us, that'd have sent them to the SEC championship game.
That's right. What are your thoughts on them putting the sign up that said West champions, 2003 West champions?
You know what's funny about that? So I was on staff, and this was 2014, maybe. I don't know what game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what game it was. It was a game we went down there in all white and we got drugged.
We got
2015.
Yeah,
2015. So pregame, I get out there early. I'm doing some stuff with the specialists and a couple running backs there out there, and I saw Maria Taylor in the middle of the field, so I went to go talk to her.
Of course, she did.
Her back, her back is towards the side, and I'm looking at her, and I'm looking to the side, and I'm like behind her head, and I'm like, hold on, what the hell is that?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, 2003 West Division champions. I was like, if they want to put that up there, they got to put Co. You just can't get.
You can't just say, I know.
You can't just say that you won. I mean, that's like Alabama making up all the national championships when they weren't counting that shit.
Is it still there?
It's still there. You think they're about to take that down?
I'm so excited that it's still there, honestly.
My God.
This trip's going to be even more
If you
fun.
honestly think that they didn't know they didn't win and still put that up there, you think they're going to take that down?
Oh, that's so terrible.
Have they ever won the West? Actually won the West?
It was probably back in Arch days.
No, there was no West then.
Right, because there was no divisions
exactly.
until 1990?
No, they've never been to the SEC championship
I think
game.
they haven't won the conference since '63.
Yeah, they've never been to the SEC championship game, so they've never won the West.
Well, boys, there it is.
There you go.
There it is.
Jude the intern.
So that's why it's hanging up there.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We got a question in the chat. Ask JV. Have you ever dreamed about not getting caught in the national championship game?
Yeah, if I didn't, you know what? Yeah, if I don't look in my jewelry box and see my national championship ring.
How you like that, Michael Roby?
No, it was funny though because I don't know Michael Roby, but Michael Roby is probably friends with some of the clowns that I'm friends with. And Brian and David Lamwall, they always every time I see them, they always bring that up. I mean, always. And I'm like, dude, if I'd have got caught, I mean, if we didn't score, if we didn't win the game, then maybe that would have some kind of significant, deal, whatever. But it didn't. We won. Dude ran a 4.29.
You got that
ring. What it is. We got
exactly.
Thank
the ring. All
you,
game.
Spears.
Man, if Derek Strait wasn't on that team, holy cow, they would have got skull drugged that game.
Oh yeah, Derek Strait.
Him
Michael,
alone.
What was his name? Mark Clayton wasn't on that team because Mark Clayton was their saving grace.
Right. Yeah. So, all right, we're going to get to our last segment. It's called our lightning round, Justin. Are you ready?
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
Lightning round.
Jude, that was so polite. I misspelled light. I apologize.
Well, I missed.
All right, so play your own music, and then we'll. All right, we're gonna get to a couple of coaches. I want to get your opinions on some coaches here before we let you go here. All right, first coach. I think you're gonna like this one. Mel Tucker.
I like
Look
Mel.
at that stogie.
Hey, listen, Mel's on my list, man. Mel's on my short list.
All right, what do you know about Mel?
I know Mel was at LSU for a year back in the day.
Yeah.
I know he was a hell of
That was before you, huh?
Yeah.
2000.
Before me. It was Nick's first year.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was a DB coach too. So original DBU.
I know he was a hell of a ball player in the National Football League. I know some people who know him that really like him. Thinks that he gets it. He knows it.
Right.
I mean, obviously, you can go to Michigan State and win. He got something going on.
Something's happening.
Something's going on. But yeah, I like him a lot.
All right. So I like the Stokey. Next one. This is your favorite right here. Right here. Lane Kiffin.
That's a negative. The block is too hot right now. I already told y'all that. Listen, as brilliant of an offensive mind he is, we just got too much stuff going on in Baton Rouge to add that guy.
Well, Justin, thanks for being on the show. Get ready.
No.
Justin, I ran into you in Lexington, and the first thing you say to me when you see me is, "Hey, tell Matt to shut the fuck up about Lane Kiffin."
Yeah, no question. I'm telling you, dude. This is no.
No, it's
negative.
an ego problem there. I
Negative,
think,
man.
Yeah, so.
I'm going to have somebody watching him.
I started on, I have to watch Joey Freshwater. So they have to watch. All right, next one on the list. This is a dark horse. Hold on. You got to do it right. You got to click. Lincoln Riley.
I like him. You know, he's young, energetic. The guys gravitate to him. I think that he would be a great fit for us and what we do. Obviously, we'll have an opportunity to continue to throw the ball downfield and sprinkle in a run or two here and there and keep people honest. I think he's the next great one.
Yeah.
Do you think what's the percentage? I mean, he's got it pretty made at Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I sometimes coaches, they might need to change the scenery for whatever it may be.
Saban.
Saban was chasing the dollar, so it's different.
That's right. That's all he was doing.
It was different, but yeah, he's got a good thing going in Oklahoma. I couldn't, if I was him, I probably wouldn't leave, but I would definitely entertain the hell out of it to get some more bread out of it.
I mean, he's coming into the SEC in a couple of years. I think the only talk was he can just jump right into the SEC now at a ready-made school. Like, you're not going to have to transition. Like, that would be my only thought. I don't think he's making any more money than what we would probably be able to pay him either. So anyway, I thought it was interesting. The Learjet was in Norman yesterday. I don't know if you knew that, Justin, but
Learjet
breaking news right here on the podcast.
Yeah, man. Listen, Scott's pulling out all the stops, man. This is a monumental hire. He knows that. Everybody knows that. This will be game changing for not only the SEC but also for LSU. So hopefully he hits this one out the park, out the gate, and put LSU doesn't miss a beat, because that our freshman and sophomore class is chomping at the bit. We got some great ball players, man. Whoever comes in is going to do an amazing job. They got to hand it to them.
Exactly. All right, next one on the list, James Franklin.
I actually like him too. I know a lot of people don't. I think he is an energetic coach. He loves to have fun with his kids. They get it. They gravitate to him for whatever reason. Obviously, I'm not in Happy Valley, but I think he is potential. Has great upside.
He's the creator of Joe Brady. I just realized that.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that.
Wow.
I'm gonna start talking about that all the time now.
Yeah,
basically, like the inventor of Joe Brady. So
interesting.
OTOP
he had Joe Moorhead on staff as well.
I don't care.
So about James Franklin, I know USC is going to be hot after him as well, from what it sounded like. So USC, LSU, battling it out, 2003, 2004 days. Yeah, first of all, you guys would have beaten USC in 2003, correct?
100%.
What
Thank
would
you.
the final score have been? Score prediction, go.
I say 28-14.
28-14 LSU. Okay. All right, last one. This is for you alone. Mike Tomlin. Give me
Hey
your
man,
thoughts.
listen, a man is allowed to dream, right? So
Exactly.
But I think, if for whatever reason this was a real thing, this would be unbelievable. It would be game changing and transcending for our university. What he could do for us. He is a great man. I talk to him probably once a month. When he comes in town for pro day, he wants to go to two places. He don't want nothing new. He wants to go to Pyran's and Dorothy's on Gardere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll be there.
He don't want to do anything else, man. He wants to get some soul food and some seafood.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
He's
So
a good
what?
dude.
Brody was telling me that he had a lot of connections with the LSU staff.
Yeah. So you look at it like this. So you got, obviously I'm not on staff, but I'm at LSU.
Sure, right.
So you got myself, Mickey, Corey, Durante, Jack Marucci,
right,
and
You mentioned Tommy Moffitt.
He knows Tommy,
Did
but
he
not
mention-
like that. But he knows Jack really well because Jack and their head athletic trainer John Norwig are real tight because Jack is actually from PA.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's the connection with that.
Well,
so,
then there's obviously Ryan Clark,
Yep.
Who played with him, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that he has a lot of connections down here, man. I think it would be huge, if we were to get a guy like that down here.
Yeah, I didn't think anything of it until I saw. And I don't know who that guy was that even posted that out, but he was talking about.
So Doug Whaley was a scout for us whenever I was playing, and he got the GM job for the Buffalo Bills. I think he's back at being a scout, or he may be working in the NFL. But Doug is a young, bright, brilliant guy. Understands the game of football, the on the field stuff, and the financials. And whenever he speaks, obviously, I think everybody should listen. But at the same time, you also got to know that nobody knows, right? This is all just
right.
Just
We're
good.
speculating. Speculation season.
Yep.
It's good combo pieces, man. That's all it is.
All right, Jude, the intern's got a question. I always have to preface that it's Jude the intern's question. Go ahead.
Listen, I know the boosters and Taff are generous, but you think the Roonies would counter anything we throw at Tomlin?
No, I think with the exiting of Ben and what you have on deck, I think he has a good thing there. I think he would lose a lot of sleep on thinking about if he was going to leave Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh to me is a great city. It's a little big city. Reminds me a lot of Baton Rouge. It just has skyscrapers and a great athletic town.
Right.
It's the only sports town in the country that all three of your major league sports all have the same colors.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Pirates,
special.
Penguins, Steelers.
Yeah, man, it's special, man. I used to ride to the games because I used to live at this place called the Cork Factory in the Strip District. I used to ride a boat taxi to the games. I didn't even drive my car. So, I get off to go to a game, right? I'm getting off and I'm walking. It parks right next to Roberto Clemente Bridge. And I'm getting off the boat and I'm walking on the side of the stadium and I see Jack Marucci and Kurt Ainsworth walking towards me. It was just random as hell, like just super random. They were going to watch a baseball game. You had the Pirates playing. I think the Cardinals at the time with Pujols, and Pujols is
big Marucci guy.
Is an investor with Marucci.
Right.
But yeah, so it was just random. I think there's a lot there, man. I mean, like I said, a man can dream. I think it would be unbelievable if we had an opportunity to get that cat.
What even is the pitch for him coming to LSU? Like, I don't understand what
there is. To be honest with you, because he's done everything, right? So you're looking at a guy who is at the pinnacle of the hierarchy of pro sports. He's won a Super Bowl, actually been to two, only won one. Well, actually won one as a head coach, but he has won one as an assistant.
No losing seasons, correct?
No losing seasons.
Right.
With the restructuring of the team, Ben's going, your face of your franchise going, you got to find that next guy.
That was it. Ben's leaving his last year or whatever.
Okay.
Right.
Come coach Walker Howard.
Yeah.
That's
And this.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Or he'll listen. One thing about Mike T, he'll find somebody to coach him.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And if he becomes a head coach at LSU, I mean, who the hell wouldn't want to come?
Yeah.
Well, recruiting would be a lot of people. I saw a couple of things when I posted that, and I tagged you on there. There was people that said, "Well, does he like to recruit?" Can he recruit? And I think that's like the.
I mean, he's Mike Tomlin.
It's Mike Tomlin.
Put it this way, I'll say this. As much credit as Les got that he was a great recruiter, Les didn't really care too much for recruiting.
No.
If it wasn't up to Frank Wilson and Corey Raymond, I don't know where LSU would be right now.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like this isn't back in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, everybody can look these schools up online. They can go visit unofficially anytime they want. It's kind of a free range type deal now when it comes to this recruiting thing. So I think, him being the face of the place, I mean, he's a great speaker, man. He is a dynamic human being. And I think, him sitting down with some parents, man, that's somebody who's been there, done that. I think there's nothing better than that.
I mean, yeah.
49 years old as well. There's a lot to like there on a resume, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's just there's no reason that you shouldn't be extremely excited about that hire.
Well, LSU fans, and
that,
this, it doesn't matter who we say.
It's hard. It's hard to please these people in Baton
Oh
Rouge.
my God.
It's disgusting. It's gross.
Justin, I think you said in Lexington that LSU has the most spoiled fans in the country.
Yeah,
Maybe
you did.
We do. We do. I'm gonna be honest with you. We really do, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart because I enjoy every single one of them. But damn, man, they make my ass hurt every now and then.
Oh man.
Because it's like you get a taste of the good life, right? And so it can never be here. I mean, God forbid if we go here. I mean, we can always go back to the Jerry DiNardo days and Curly Holman's now, but no, we're middle of the road right now. We're a step away from being back to where we were.
Right.
And so I remember my buddies in high school wanted me to come to LSU so bad. They used to take me to games, and I remember I went to. I think we were playing Florida and it was raining. They beat us by like 100 points, right? Mm-hmm. So I could have took a handful of rocks and threw them, and I wouldn't have hit a soul. There was hardly anybody in the stadium.
Right.
So if you want to go back to them days, keep all that negative talking thing going, because that's all that does. Because one thing that bothers me the most, and people who know me know how I feel about Tiger droppings, right?
Oh, for sure.
Love
they already know how I feel about it because it's a site where you can get on with just email. There's no premium. People go in there and talk out their ass. Like, I mean, it is unbelievable the stuff that they say on there. And what I was trying to tell people when I was speaking at the Gridiron Club one day, I said, you got to realize this. In this day and age, whenever the internet is at the tip of your fingers, these kids and their parents or their loved ones or their champion of family, whoever it is, they go on these sites.
Yeah.
And they see how you talk about kids. If you think you're fooling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen anywhere else. I don't give a damn what they do at other schools. I'm talking about this one.
Yeah.
This is what we need to be worrying about. So send them text messages between you and your little partners and do all that crazy stuff, but leave all that crazy talk elsewhere.
Right.
Because it doesn't help us. If you think it does, you've lost it. And if you think a kid shouldn't be worrying about that, you're lost it too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's a different age.
It's a different age. This is a whole different ball game.
Right.
Right. It's so easy to tell an 18-year-old to stay off the internet and not look at what people are saying about you. But I mean, geez.
I did have to tell a parent not too long ago to not go on to Tiger droppings and search their kid. I did tell that to a football player's parent recently. I was like, you don't want to even do it. Don't even.
Why would you want to put yourself in harm's way?
Exactly.
Because that's all that is. Because I think some of the stuff is funny and I think it's banter. People send me little links from it every now and then. People talking crazy and all that stuff, and it's like some funny memes and all that stuff. But at the same time, I mean, damn. I mean,
there's some
give it a rest.
Motherfuckers on there.
Give it a rest, man. They got some crazy folks out there, and I understand that there's probably other people from other schools on there who are diehard, just crazy psycho fans. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. You don't have to pay a premium, and any Joe Blow can go in there and just talk crazy.
Right.
Nope. You know what I think is funny when people who do a podcast go on there to promote their podcast.
Yeah, pot of gold. Screw pot of gold. Screw them.
I'm definitely not talking about one team, one podcast.
Yeah. We've never done that.
I like it, man.
All right, man. We're gonna catch up with you. I think we haven't talked to you since the season started. So I kind of
UCLA after UCLA is when he came on.
Was it right after UCLA?
It was.
Okay, because we were talking about
first game. Yeah.
We were talking about culture.
We were talking
back
about how
then.
the run game sucked. Now we're talking about
Yeah,
how
exactly.
now it's good again.
Everything's great again.
Yeah.
Everything
So,
is better with time, man.
For sure.
Yeah, interim ed. We got to keep interim ed. I think.
What do you think about interim ed? The interim ed campaign, because we're all about it.
We just keep interim ed the whole time.
Man, look, just no. No, man. Hey, like my man said, his mama just want to make sure he get his money, man.
Yeah, I'm with you there. He got a little giggle there. You saw that after he said that? He had this little
that
giggle.
was a little mischievous giggle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was a little
I
different.
don't know, but listen, I love Coach O, man. Whenever he's at USC, he recruited me. He came to Barber High School, came to my mom's house, and we sat down and talked. But yeah, I mean, my relationship with him is beyond ball, man. I really care for the dude.
That's awesome, man.
Hold on, before we get off, I keep seeing this dude talk about Willie Fritz on here. Why? What's his obsession with Willie?
Oh,
Fritz?
you can see those,
Justin. You met him the night we went to Stabs.
This is Tulane Billy.
That's Tulane Billy. He's my stepfather.
He wants Durante Jones to be the next coach at LSU, but I think he actually likes. Does he not like Willie Fritz now?
Oh,
it's a love-hate relationship.
Tulane's I like. I'm sure they're getting gold.
Okay, go ahead.
I like Willie Fritz a lot, man. I think I'm gonna give you a little tidbit real quick. So Bradley Dale Pivato's wife Melissa has a twin, and Willie is married to the twin.
Wow.
I didn't know that until probably 2014, maybe 20. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that, but yeah. So there's a connection with the football coaches and all that. But I like Willie. I met him a couple times at coaching conventions. I think that he has promise, but I mean, you also got to know this. So this is Tulane. It's not like you're getting some hidden gems to come over to school to go over there.
Yeah.
So
How long do you think he's going to be able to stay there? Like he feels like he's a.
I don't know. My thing is like if I'm Tulane and you fire him, who are you gonna get?
Yeah. Durante.
No, I was thinking he would just leave for another job.
Oh, he possibly could.
Oh, it's not. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Y'all seeing the season they're having right now, right? They're 1-5 right now. They're about to be 1-6 after tonight.
Yeah.
And then they got Cincinnati next week.
I'm about to tell you what the score is right now. They're getting drugged.
Well, ULL, I just need them to win by 18. So I'm not sure what that score is at.
USO. It's called USO.
USL. Sorry.
Yeah, they were when I turned it on just before I turned on the podcast. They had ran a 99-yard touchdown back.
ULL did.
It's 14-10 half ULL.
Okay. All right, we're
USL.
okay. We're okay. USL. You call them USL too, don't you, Justin?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I do.
Love that.
I like that.
USL and Northeast.
There you go. Oh, we're gonna clip that. We're gonna clip that. Everybody's gonna hate on you on Twitter.
You ain't gotta get mad at me, man. I mean, it is what it is. Don't get mad at me. Listen, you can't get mad at me because your school have an identity crisis.
Yes, sir, baby.
I'm clipping that one.
Yes,
I'm clipping that one too.
Don't get mad at me.
All
That's
right.
how I was raised. You know,
We appreciate it, my friend. We're gonna have a whole bunch of videos from inside the RV. We're gonna go to Oxford. I'm gonna send you all the videos of that because I want you to enjoy that trip vicariously through us.
Make sure you walk through the Grove so you can get cussed out by a 10-year-old.
Well, we have a
Shit.
tailgate at the Grove.
I'll
so
fight
yes.
a 10-year-old. I don't care.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I'm not above that.
We'll take one out.
Yeah, they'll get you.
All right, Justin. We appreciate it, my friend.
All right, man. Enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right, bud.
See you,
man.
Talk to you soon.
Later.
Left click. Left click.
Justin
dude.
Vincent joining us. Appreciate him. Man, fantastic. So I want to go through a couple of sponsors first before we wrap it up here. Get it together, Jude. All right. So River City's Total Maintenance. We appreciate Lucas Ragusa at River City's Total Maintenance. North Shore area. So they don't just do AC and heat. Also, they also do some plumbing and electrical as well. So give River City's Total Maintenance a call. So Lucas is one of my good friends. He will stop traffic to work on your AC. Also, Relief Pools. Ben Landry over at Relief Pools. He's still busy, so he's already booked out, I think, till December at this point. So give Ben Landry a call. Get on the books right now so you can get started for the spring for your pool. Perfect time to get started on a pool. We got Courtesy Buick GMC. Courtesy's got specials every week, so reach out to Brandon Lejean over at Courtesy Automotive Group in Lafayette.
Brandon, it's
47
basketball season, baby.
Oh my God, he's
Get ready, Brandon.
huge basketball fan.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. Yeah. Well, let's talk about basketball for a second.
For
so
sure.
let's get that off. So we had the huge injury with Adam Miller.
I don't think it's that huge personally.
Oh, it's huge.
I actually think
it's huge.
I don't think it's that huge, as people are saying. But go
All
ahead.
right, so you're saying
So-
that we just have enough depth to where we're going to be able to make
Right,
it.
especially at the guard position, and I
Uh-huh.
think we're more. I think we're way thinner in the front court.
I
Okay.
think you do make
I
a
agree.
good point there, but I just think that Adam Miller was about to be.
He's a dog.
He was about to be
So-
like the defensive
Actually,
soul of this
If
team.
Brandon was watching, I'm going to cut this
He's
clip
just-
because he's going to love
yeah.
what you just said. He's saying the same thing. Like, you got Brandon Murray, you have
Yeah, and
Justice Williams, you have Eric Gaines still,
Yep.
of course Xavier Pinson, but like you
Yeah.
couldn't afford an injury in the backcourt. I mean, the front
The
court.
front court, yeah.
But the backcourt, we had a lot of guys.
Yeah.
But this is a difference maker.
Yeah, this
That's
guy.
the difference. for
yeah,
me.
no, he's. I'm not saying he's not a fantastic player because he is.
This guy was about to be like a all SEC kind of guy.
Yeah, I was thinking like 18 points a game.
But I mean,
I've-
we still
I wouldn't
have.
have
We
gone
have
that high, but I think he's a guy who's just he's gonna play really fucking hard on both sides of the ball and is just gonna make play. And he's also really really good.
yeah,
And no, it hurts. It
Yeah.
definitely hurts a lot.
it does. But
But I still feel
every
good
guard
about
on
the
our
team.
roster is an absolute beast. You
Yeah.
know, we don't have a handful of 7-foot rim protectors. We have a handful of guards that can.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're all as good as Miller,
Right.
but we can afford that
Yeah.
more than we can afford
For
a
sure.
front
No,
court
I
injury.
completely agree with you. Completely agree.
So
All right. So before we wrap it up, we have to give our students for Ole Miss because we're there.
Thank you, Hal.
So yeah, we appreciate Hal for reminding me. You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Matt.
Go ahead.
All right. LSU 45, Ole Miss 38.
Okay.
That's
Explain.
for real.
Explain.
I feel like we're going to be able to run the ball.
Okay.
I feel like Ole Miss might be struggling a bit with Matt Corral. I think he's probably banged up a little bit.
Okay.
I also think they're trying to run the ball too much with Matt Corral. I think he's going to get hit hard.
Okay.
But I also think our offense is going to be able to score points with them. And if they're running the ball well, we can control the clock a little bit more than Ole Miss can.
Okay. Yeah, I.
Who's next? Who's next?
Go ahead, Jude.
Go ahead, Jude.
Me, here I go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
So
go.
I'm
Here
gonna
he
give.
comes.
Here I come.
Here
I'm gonna give
See you,
two. That's what she. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give two scenarios. If Corral,
With two
if
scenarios.
his ankle
this is a prediction.
shatters,
This is a prediction. One scenario.
Yeah, no.
That's-
you have
that's
to
what the-
pick whether his ankle's good or
Yeah,
not.
no, that's the point of a prediction.
I
It's
think
just like to narrow down the scenarios.
his ankle will be fine, and I think they'll win by 3 scores. Ole Miss will win by
3 scores?
Three
Yeah, I think
scores.
Oh man.
I
Okay,
think
that makes me feel better about
they'll-
my pick.
They'll pull away at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got Ole Miss 51. I got Ole Miss 51, LSU 38. I agree with you. I think we're going to be able to run the ball.
Okay.
But I think Corral's fine. I think Lane Kiffin's bullshitting.
I'm
Smoke
with you.
screen.
Yeah, I this is exactly what Coach O said. He
Yeah.
said I think he's blowing smoke.
Or
And,
he's also trying to make it look like, oh, here's Matt Corral. He's injured. He still played well, like Heisman moment.
Yeah,
That's
and
for
I
sure.
I don't know, dude. I think Matt Corral is really, really fucking good.
He's
And
aight.
This offense is
Yeah.
is
He's aight.
this offense is legit, and I love our defense. I love Durante, but I just think that this is
All right. Cancel
way-
him.
the way
Cancel Jack.
the way we played in the second half against Florida. I'm worried that translates. Honestly,
All right. Willie B.
I
what you got?
think it's gonna be a fantastic game. I'm
I
glad.
do
We're,
too.
I'm glad we're going.
I do too.
I
I
think
think
it's gonna
it'll be a game
the
until
fun
the fourth
chaser.
quarter. That's
Yeah,
what I think.
I think going into the fourth quarter, we're gonna be very hyped, and we're gonna have 4 fingers in the sky, hoping that we win. And at the end of the game, I think we will win.
Oh.
46-41.
Oh.
Throwing-
Let's go.
throwing
That's
golf
the
balls.
Alabama score.
LSU, Alabama. Yeah.
Billy Zimmerman says 46-44 LSU.
There you go.
Wow.
So we're right there.
There we go.
Billy's got an extra field goal.
Where's
I think
this
they missed
46
that one in
coming
the
from?
second quarter.
46, baby.
What's
46-41. I'm with it. I'm with
46,
it. 46-41.
I think we're going to score 46 points now. But
All right, let's go.
I think Ole Miss is going to score 51 still.
I think
all
you're
right.
wrong.
I'm changing
Let's
mine to
mute Jack.
51-46.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. We appreciate everybody in the chat.
Yep.
Brody Miller, reach out to him on Twitter. Let him know how great he was on here. Also, Justin Vincent, we appreciate him as usual. For Jack, we got William, we got Jude the intern. Zach is homesick. We didn't even talk about him.
ZVR.
Do we want to talk about his illness?
No,
we can't do that. We can't do that. He'll be fine tomorrow. He's going to go on the trip with us tomorrow. And then Sam is out.
Sam's got COVID. Yeah.
Sam's got that cocoa.
He's got the real one.
Oh,
He's got the real one. I know what happened with him.
He's got the deadliest disease.
He's fine. He's fine. He's going to live. We appreciate everybody again for joining us. It has been One Team, One Podcast.
Logan out.